BH2 Ethiopia updates Tena Yislinia Ethiopiawian. Ye Ethiopia Ayer Menged Ina Ye Qatar Ayer Menged Besomalia Mindin Nue Yegetemachu? Ever wondered how thousands of aircraft navigate the skies safely every single day? The answer lies in the intricate and vital role of air traffic control. This unseen force works round the clock, ensuring all aircraft maintain safe distances from each other, coordinating takeoffs, landings, and in-flight routes. In essence, they are the invisible traffic cops of the sky. One of their key tools is the Flight Information Region or FIR. Each FIR is an airspace of defined dimensions within which flight information and alert services are provided. It is a three-dimensional block of space slicing through the sky, and it's the ATC's job to manage the traffic within it. But what happens when things go awry? Let's delve into a recent incident that put air safety in the spotlight. On the 24th of February, 2024, a routine flight over the Gulf of Aden near Somalia almost turned catastrophic. The two key players in this airborne drama were none other than a Qatar Airways Boeing 787-8, also known by its elegant moniker Dreamliner, and an Ethiopian Airlines A350-900. The Dreamliner, registered as a 7BCN, was cruising along at a comfortable altitude of 38,000 feet. It was a regular journey for the Qatar Airways flight, QR 1383, navigating from Doha to Entebbe within the Mogadishu Flight Information Region. Meanwhile, the Ethiopian Airlines A350-900 operating flight ET-602 was smoothly making its way from Addis Ababa to Dubai. Unbeknownst to the occupants of both aircraft, their paths were about to cross in the most dangerous of ways. The tension began to build when the Air Traffic Control, or ATC, issued a command to the Qatar Airways flight. The instructions seemed simple enough: climb to 40,000 feet. However, this seemingly routine command held a potential for disaster. As the Dreamliner was given the go-ahead to ascend, the Ethiopian Airlines A350-900 was flying in its path. In the sky, a device known as the Traffic Avoidance Collision System, or TCAS, began to blare its urgent warning. It detected the imminent presence of the other plane, alerting the pilots of the potential collision. But in a move that would later be hailed as potentially life-saving, the Qatar Airways flight opted not to follow the ATC instructions. A clear sky day was about to turn into a nightmare. They veered away from the prescribed path, avoiding a disastrous encounter with the Ethiopian Airlines aircraft. The sky for now remained clear of catastrophe. As the Qatar Airways flight began to ascend, an urgent warning blared in the cockpit. A sudden alert, a quick jolt to the pilot's senses. This wasn't just an ordinary flight alert but a warning from the Traffic Avoidance Collision System, or TCAS. This sophisticated piece of technology plays a crucial role in aviation safety, continuously monitoring the airspace around an aircraft for other aircraft that may present collision threats. The TCAS had detected the presence of the Ethiopian Airlines A350-900 on its own journey from Addis Ababa to Dubai, and it was now on a potential collision course with the Qatar Airways Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner. The system, in its automated wisdom, was alerting the crew to the imminent danger. But here's where it gets interesting. The pilots of the Qatar Airways flight were faced with a critical decision. On one hand, they had instructions from air traffic control, the authority they're trained to follow. On the other hand, they had a stern warning from their TCAS, indicating an immediate threat to the safety of all on board. In this high-stakes game of split-second decision-making, the pilots chose to disregard the ATC instructions. They trusted their instincts, their training, and the technology designed to aid them in these very scenarios. They knew that climbing further, as instructed by the ATC, would put them directly in the path of the Ethiopian Airlines flight. So, they did what had to be done. They chose the course that would ensure the safety of their passengers and crew, even if it meant going against the orders from the ground. They didn't climb to 40,000 feet, instead they held their course, trusting in the TCAS and their own judgment. In the face of imminent danger, the pilots had to trust their instincts and their technology. This was the crucial moment, the split-second decision that possibly saved hundreds of lives. It was a testament to the importance of human judgment in the age of advanced technology, and a reminder of the immense responsibility carried by those who navigate our skies. In the end, disaster was averted, but the question remained: how did this happen in the first place? The immediate response from both airlines and the Somalian Civil Aviation and Airports Authority was swift and decisive. They acknowledged the severity of the situation, and expressed gratitude for the safety systems in place. While the pilots of the Qatar Airways Boeing 787-8 were hailed for their quick thinking and responsiveness, it was clear that the incident had exposed a glaring flaw in the air traffic control process. The Ethiopian Airlines A350-900, on its route from Addis Ababa to Dubai, and the Qatar Airways Boeing 787-8 making its journey from Doha to Entebbe, had come uncomfortably close to each other. This near collision over the Gulf of Aden near Somalia had been a close call, too close for comfort for all involved. It was a wake-up call for the aviation industry. The traffic avoidance collision system had worked as it should, providing an urgent warning to the pilots of the Qatar Airways flight. This state-of-art technology had played its part in averting a potential catastrophe. The importance of the ongoing investigation by the Somalian Civil Aviation and Airports Authority cannot be overstated. The findings will not only shed light on the cause of this near miss, but also help to further improve safety measures and protocols. The incident had underscored the critical role of air traffic control and the potential consequences of a single miscommunication. The airlines too responded proactively. They reassured passengers of their commitment to safety and promised full cooperation with the investigation. They were determined to learn from the incident, to ensure such a situation would be avoided in the future. While the skies remained safe that day, the incident served as a stark reminder of the importance of air safety. The investigation into the near collision is ongoing, as authorities seek to understand the factors that led to the incident. The Somalian Civil Aviation and Airports Authority are leaving no stone unturned, examining every detail of this near catastrophe. The investigation zeroes in on two main areas. The first is the instructions given by the Air Traffic Control, or ATC. The ATC had instructed the Qatar Airways flight to climb to 40,000 feet, a directive that, if followed, would have led to a serious collision. Authorities are now scrutinizing the sequence of events, the clarity of communication, and the decision-making processes within the ATC at the time of the incident. The second focus of the investigation is the response of the Qatar Airways flight crew. The pilots, upon receiving the ATC's instructions, made the critical decision not to comply, instead trusting the Traffic Collision Avoidance System, or TCS. The TCS had given an urgent warning about the presence of the Ethiopian Airlines aircraft. The actions of the flight crew, their decision-making process, and their adherence to safety protocols are all being closely examined. This investigation is not just about assigning blame, it is about understanding the incident, learning from it, and preventing similar occurrences in the future. The findings will undoubtedly influence air traffic control procedures and flight crew training, making our skies safer. As we delve into the complexities of aviation safety, we also understand the importance of every component in this intricate system. From the ATC officers on the ground to the flight crew in the skies, every role is critical in maintaining safety. The investigation will shed light on where improvements can be made, ensuring that the near miss between the Ethiopian A350 and the Qatar Airways 787 remains a one-off incident, never to be repeated. As we await the findings, we are reminded once again of the crucial role of air traffic control in keeping our skies safe. The near collision over the Gulf of Aden was a sobering reminder of the fine line between routine and disaster in aviation. The incident underscores the critical role of air traffic control and the traffic avoidance collision system. These two systems, working in tandem, helped avert what could have been an unthinkable catastrophe. Air traffic control, while it did issue a miscommunication, generally plays a pivotal part in coordinating the ballet in the skies, ensuring that aircraft maintain safe distances from each other. The traffic avoidance collision system, on the other hand, serves as an essential safety net, alerting pilots to potential airborne threats and guiding them to take corrective action. Such incidents, while terrifying, provide invaluable lessons for improving air safety. Thorough investigations into these occurrences help identify gaps, mitigate risks, and enhance the robustness of our aviation systems. They serve as a stark reminder of the continuous effort needed to make air travel safer. As we continue to trust in the systems that keep us safe in the skies, let's not forget the human element. The quick-thinking pilots who, on that day, made the right call at the right time. Subscribe the channel to get more updates and leave your comment on video. Thanks for watching. Inama Segnalan Salam la Ethiopia.